see, the Bible has been translated and changed into all these different types of versions. But the version I feel like we deserve the most, but have not gotten, is the hood version. I feel like we deserve a hood standard version of the Bible. Now, we probably can't call it HSV. We probably need to call it something else. But I feel like we need a version of the Bible that makes sense in terms that we can understand. If you don't believe me, let me give you a good example. All right. In Matthew 21:13, Jesus said, "It is written, my house will be called a house of prayer, but you all have turned it into a den of robbers." What it could say is, y'all done turned my daddy house into a trap house. What you mean you in here selling stuff you're not supposed to be selling? Listen, don't make me start flipping over tables in here, all right? I need y'all to get this together. We supposed to be in here praying, giving back to the Lord, and y'all turned my daddy house into a trap house. Fix it today. In Proverbs 13:20, it says, "Walk with the wise, become wise, for a companion of fools suffers." What it could say is, see, if you was hanging out with real ones, you would be a real one, but you like to hang out with clowns and boo-boo the fool. So don't be surprised that your life looking like a circus. In Psalms 23:4, it says, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff be with me to comfort me." What this could say is, even though I'm walking through the deepest of the trenches, I ain't scared of y'all and I ain't fearing nothing, because God with me, you know I keep that thing on me. Yeah, I got that switch, I got that stick. So you do what you got to do, I'm going to do what I got to do. But God with me, I don't fear nothing. In John 15:18, it says, "If the world hates you, keep in mind they hated me first." What this could say is, see, I'm not worried about what other people talk about, because if they gonna hate on me, I just remember they hated on Jesus. If they hate on Jesus, they definitely gonna hate on me. So why would I worry about them? In Genesis 4:9, God asked, "Cain, where is your brother Abel?" Cain replies, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" What it could have sounded like was, "Cain, where's your brother? I don't know. Do I look like a babysitter to you? You God. You supposed to know where everybody at. And you asking me questions, asking me where. You know where he at. Stop. Don't be asking me no questions about where he at. And do I look like a babysitter to you?" You see how that's just a little bit easier to read, a little easier to understand, but it also shows you the dangers of translating text. Yeah, that's why we got to do this with some discernment. All right, we got to respect the text. We just got to do a little bit more discerning when we read it in this type of way. Now, I want y'all to leave comments below of your favorite Bible verses, and I'll tell you what they could have sounded like in the HSV version of the. We gotta change that name. We can't do HSV. Whatever, the hood standard version for now. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day. You know I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. But if I don't, stay out of trouble.